Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
You are able to see my screen, right? Yeah. So last weekend we had a discussion about understanding what is Python, about programming languages. So what is scripting language? What is programming language? What is Python? What's about the scripting language and programming language? Okay. And what's about high level languages, low level languages? And Python is a very high level programming language. And we understand comparison between interpreter and compiler. So Python interpretation, the Python program execution flow architecture, and C++ compiler based execution architecture, and comparatively the Java and the .NET architecture. So the difference we understood. What is the main difference between interpreter and compiler we understood, and especially architectured why Java is maintaining separately bytecode and JVM, Java runtime environment inside that ZIT compilers. What is the reason we understood? But why Python is still interpreter? Okay, that also we understood. And Python is multi-purpose programming language, that is general purpose. Python as a general purpose programming language, multi-purpose, multi-paradigm, these all things understood, we discussed. And what are the Python application areas? What are the various Python application areas? So web development, GUI, data science, big data, AWS, cloud computing, testing. So where we can use Python. So nowadays industry is using Python where? And what are the features of the Python? Okay. So what is Python? What are the various programming paradigms? Features of the Python? History of the Python? These all things we discussed. Of course, for the first week, whatever we discussed about Python, the demo session, this is the document for that. Of course, next week onwards, I do start sharing these documents. This document I will share. So what is Python, why Python, scripting languages, programming languages, and high level, low level, very high level languages, and programming paradigms, Python application areas. So different varieties of programming paradigms, a very detailed I provided in this document. If you go through this, it is highly enough for the introduction part. Various programming approaches. So features of Python. Okay, scalable, interpreted, everything. Scalable language, extensible, embeddable, large set of libraries, dynamically typed. Okay, object oriented, fully object oriented. And what is interactive mode, what is script mode further, and history of the Python, who is using Python nowadays. The complete story is in this document. This document I used to share. So today we begin with start working with Python. So first of all, let us go with installation of the Python. Of course, in my system, I already installed Anaconda. Python is already available, and JetBrains Pycharm is already installed, and Python is also already installed, Python 3.10. but you want to install Python in your system. Of course, it is very easy. It's not a complicated thing. Anyhow, I will share installation videos to you. But once you quickly go through, you go to python.org. Python.org is the official website of the Python Software Foundation. Python.org is the official website of Python Software Foundation. In this, you have downloads link, the menu downloads. Click on this. No, just we are, who is this? Gauspir, don't worry. Just what is Python, why Python we completed. Today only we are starting. That is installation we are beginning here. Okay. So go to downloads. Here, Windows based, you can select here. In case your underlying operating system, you can select here, Mac OS. If it is Linux, you go for source code. Otherwise, just click on this. You'll be able to see yellow color button, download Python 3.7.10.7. Here you have the information. Of course, you click on downloads. Here you will get the information. Okay. Otherwise, you can click on this yellow color button. Otherwise, you click on Windows. So you will be able to see the stable releases information. Okay. 3.10.7, that is the latest version, highest version, and the latest release. For the old versions also, with the fixes, they used to give latest releases, but highest version, latest release, this is what. So in this, you download a Windows installer, click on download. So when you click on download, the installer package will be gets downloaded into your downloads. This is how Python 3.10.7. You double click on this. But here already I installed, that's why it is getting this window. But here one care you have to take care is in very first screen at the bottom, you will get a checkbox. Okay, that checkbox you have to select. Add Python 3.10 to path. That is the checkbox that you supposed to select. Then next is next. It is very simple installation. It is very simple installation. Already I recorded the video of installation. That I am sharing now. Today itself I will share that. So by following that, you can very easily install it. Once the Python installation is completed, in your Windows menu, start menu, you are able to see Python 3.10. If you click on drop down, you are able to see IDLE and Python 3.10 console, IDLE and Python 3.10 console. Of course, these are manuals and documents, don't worry. This is what. Now you completed installing the Python. All of you can try, even in live also, you can try if you can download and install. Don't worry. Okay. So here you see installation of Python video already I recorded. For your information, for guidance of your installation, I will be giving you. I will provide this. See, here is the checkbox. This checkbox is supposed to select. Then everything is very easy. Then click on install now. Automatically installation will be continued. Right? After successful installation of the Python, my advice is go and install the IDE Pycharm. Go and install the IDE Pycharm. So to install Pycharm, go to, of course, jetbrains.com. You can open jetbrains.com. Otherwise, for you people, it is very simple. Go through the Google, right? So download Pycharm. Pycharm. Download Pycharm. So you will get into the download jetbrains.com Pycharm download link you do get. Otherwise, jetbrains.com Pycharm. Anything is okay. Otherwise, you can directly go to the jetbrains.com. Not a problem. So if you click on this, you will go to jetbrains.com Pycharm download page. Here, Pycharm is also available for Windows, Mac OS, Linux. It depends on your operating system. The compatible installer package you can download and install, right? Otherwise, suppose you directly hit the jetbrains.com. Suppose in the jetbrains.com, go to developer tools. Under developer tools, click Pycharm. So here, click on download. You will be redirected to Pycharm download page. In this, select your corresponding operating system and download the community edition. Don't download the professional edition. Professional edition is just a 30 days trial version, guys. So what all you want to practice, what all developments you want to do in Python, so all Python developments can be done in community edition very well. But a community edition plus additionally for the web developer, HTML, JavaScript support is provided by professional edition. That's all. Okay. So you can download the community edition. Once you download the community edition, you'll see this like this Pycharm community, like this installer package gets downloaded. Double click on it. The installation of Pycharm is also very easy. Already I captured video. This video I do share to you. By going through this, you can see where you should supposed to go in the Google, and how you can redirect it to the download page and download Pycharm community edition you are downloading, right? Once download is completed, you double click, it will go to installation wizard. One second. Yeah, here it is downloaded. Just if you double click on it, the download, the installation begins. It's very simple, nothing to do here, just next only. Installation of the Pycharm is very simple. It is next only. Okay, very easily you can. So once you download and install the Pycharm IDE gets installed. Pycharm is not the language, guys. Pycharm is an IDE. Pycharm is an IDE, right? So this IDE allow us to comfortably edit Python programs and run the programs, debug the programs, this all. So my advice is to install this Pycharm. Next, after that, you please install Anaconda Python. Anaconda is a data analytics, a data science platform, Python platform. So mostly data analysts, data engineers, data analytics and data science people uses this Anaconda. That is mainly meant for that. This Anaconda is nothing but your Python, from Python Software Foundation. Normal Python only. Whatever Python we downloaded and installed, Python language from Python Software Foundation, the same Python plus the needed packages, the important packages, all packages. That means libraries, all necessary libraries for the data science plus development tools like Jupyter Notebook, Spider, Qt Python console, Qt Python. These all together is actually Anaconda. So Anaconda Python is another distribution of the Python, but Anaconda Python is nothing different or nothing new in that. So it is just a bundle pack of all tools and packages and the Python language together, a separate bundle they are distributing. That is Anaconda Python, which is flexible for the data science and data analytics people. So we supposed to install that Anaconda also. During our course, I am going to show this all. So if you want to install Anaconda, go to anaconda.com. Otherwise, search Anaconda Python, download Anaconda Python. Okay, go to anaconda.com. Here, go to products. Here, various editions are there: Anaconda Distribution, Anaconda Professional, Anaconda Business, Anaconda Server, Enterprise DS Platform. Okay, like this. But don't worry about these all things. Professional services, don't worry about these all things. At present, you're supposed to download Anaconda Distribution. Click on Anaconda Distribution. You will be redirected to Anaconda Distribution download screen, download page. So here, click on download. So depends on your operating system, Windows, Mac or Linux, whatever is your operating system. Select the operating system and download. So download will be after completion of downloading the installation package, installation wizard. Double click on that, installation wizard starts. It's very simple of installing. It's very simple of installing. So already I recorded installation of this also. Installation of Anaconda also I recorded. For your step-by-step guidance, I do share these videos to you today. Okay. So by going through this videos, these all tools slowly, by taking your own time, you can install the necessary tools. So what we required in our course, what are the tools we required? Python 3.10.7 latest language Python you supposed to install, and Pycharm latest you supposed to download and install. Anaconda you supposed to download and install. Yep, these are there. So now let us getting started with Python. The very first point is, in Python, we can work in two different modes. There are two different modes we can work with the Python. Python allow us to work in two different modes. One is interactive mode, second one is script mode. One is interactive mode, second one is script mode. So now let us start working with Python. Guys, already I installed all the tools, but at present, please consider in my computer only Python 3.10.7 is installed. Let us assume that. Don't worry about Anaconda, don't worry about Pycharm, these all things. Just let us assume that Python installation is completed. Once the remaining tools are not available, let us assume the situation. Now, once the Python installation is done, here you see Python 3.10 is available. The first tool, let us see the interface, that is IDLE. IDLE is a tool. IDLE is a tool. It is a work environment which automatically comes with the Python installation. IDLE comes along with the Python language installation. Okay, this is the interface for working with Python language directly, which is directly given by the Python. IDLE allow us to work in interactive mode and also work in script mode. First, you see, once the IDLE is opened, this is the IDLE window. This is IDLE window. Here you are able to see the Python prompt. This is something like a console, command prompt, command line interface. IDLE provides Python command line interface. IDLE provides Python command line interface. Okay. Here we can work in interactive mode. We can work in interactive mode. Simply you see any calculation you can do. 234 plus 567. Yes, directly you can. You can use print command without using print command also. You can work with that. You can use print command without using print command also. You can work. Okay. See, I'm making variables. A is equal to something 23, B is equal to 56, C is equal to 34. So R is equal to A plus B, A plus B multiply with the C. This we can do. R is equal to A plus B multiply with C. That we can do. Now, what is A? What is B? What is C? What is R? Without print command, I'm printing variables, right? Without print command, I'm printing variables. Of course, you can use print command to print output. Just I'm using print command to print a message, hello world. Okay. So I'm using print command to print a variable A. So without using, either you use print command or not use print command, not a problem in the console. This is a Python command line interface, that is Python prompt, Python console, which is interactive mode. Each and every command is executed immediately and instantly. Instant reply it gives to the command, that is interactive mode. So B variable B, print variable C, print variable R I am printing. Otherwise, directly A, B, C, D, whatever way we want, we can print it, right? This is IDLE. Please observe once again, I'm opening IDLE. Where is IDLE? IDLE comes with the Python language. So in the Python, we have a tool, IDLE. We can open IDLE. Once you open IDLE, you get a Python prompt. At the Python prompt, whatever you want to do, you can do, right? Here, let us solve a small task. Let us solve a small task. What is the small task? A simple story. Simple story. Based on that, a simple calculation. Let us assume that a bird weight is 60 grams. A bird weight is 60 grams. A bird can carry one third of its weight. There is a small bird which can carry one third of its weight. If the bird weight is 60 grams, there is a coconut. The coconut weight is 1,450 grams. 1,450 grams. To carry this coconut, how many birds are required, how many such birds together can carry this coconut. This is a calculation. So what can we do? 1450 is the coconut weight divided by 60 grams by 3. Okay. If you see what is the output, 8.05. Do you think is it the correct output? Do you think is it the correct output? Definitely no, because this is the operator precedence based. But actually you supposed to calculate like this: 1450 divided by this is 60 by 3. You supposed to group using a parenthesis. You can group your operations. So brackets you supposed to use to group your operations. So this is how. Of course I don't want this. What is this 72.5? Where can I get the half bird? Half bird cannot be alive. Half bird is not possible, right? So what can we do? So I can import the math module. Import math. Import math module. In the math module we have a seal function, seal method. So math dot seal, do your calculation. 1450 grams divided by 60 by 3. Okay. Now you see 73 birds are required to carry such coconut. Like this, any calculation you can do, any formula you can process, anything you can do, right? So even you can import the modules, you can import the library and library functions you can use. So you can store this in a variable. R is equal to this expression math.seal. This expression I do copy here. The result goes to variable R. I can print R directly. I can read the value available in R directly. Otherwise, I can use the print command to print value of the R. Either way I can do. This is interactive mode, IDLE, command line interface, interactive mode. I think all of you understand interactive mode, guys. Any questions about this? So far, what I told you, the IDLE, all of you clear? Gauss pair, you are able to follow? So anybody is having any questions, please ask me at this moment. Interactive mode, all of you clear, right? Okay. Then how do we work in script mode? What is script mode? Script mode is also known as batch mode or programming mode. Script mode, also known as batch mode or programming mode. So writing the program, executing the program is what? Script mode. Writing the program and executing the program is what? Script mode. So right now, interactive mode using IDLE, this we understood. Not only IDLE, I'm closing this IDLE. I'm going to Python language installation location. This is Python 3.10. Here you have Python 3.10 console. This also allows us to work with the interactive mode. So Python 3, Python console, right? Here also you can work with. See here something 45 multiply with 78. Yes, I can do. Using print command, I can do 89 divided by 5. Yes, anything I can do. Something A is equal to 78, B is equal to 94. Okay, A to the power of B. Just you see R is equal to A to the power of B. So print, read the value of R, value of A, value of B, value of R. Otherwise, you can use print command if you want. Either you use print command or without print command is also okay when you are in the Python prompt, Python console, right? This is how we can work with what all operations I have shown you in ideally interactive mode. Those all things you can do here also. This is Python console. Okay, you can close it if you want to close, you want to exit from the Python command is exit bracket begin bracket close. This exit bracket begin bracket close. Python console is got closed. Python console is got closed. So what is the second environment? One environment we have seen, that is ideally. Okay, second one is Python console. Second one is Python using Python console. These are two interactive mode for working with interactive mode. The another environment where you can work in interactive mode, directly you can work from the command prompt. Directly you can work from the command prompt. You see, go to command prompt, open the operating system command prompt. Open the operating system command prompt. At this command prompt, you type Python. You will get into the Python prompt. Otherwise, if you want to exit, exit bracket begin bracket close. Otherwise, simply you type py. You will get into the Python prompt, interactive mode. Python console, Python prompt. So here you can type any command, something like 34 plus 56. So 23 plus 45 multiply with 12. Any calculation you can do, any kind of variables. You see, I is equal to 78, j is equal to 92. So r is equal to I multiply with j. Anything you can do. R is equal to I multiply with j. That you can do. Okay, now print I value, print R value, print J value, print R value. Of course, if you want to write the print command, use the print command print I. You want to write the print command print J. Like this. This is interactive mode. This also another environment you can work in interactive mode, that is Python command line interface. Python command line interface. If you want to exit, write the command exit bracket begin bracket close. You will back to the Windows command prompt. So third place is at command prompt. At command prompt, type Python or py command. So you'll get into the Python prompt. These are the three environments where you can see your Python prompt. These are the three environments where you can see your Python prompt, where you can work in interactive mode. So if you open Python, ideally you will get the Python command line. This is the Python prompt. So at this, you can work in interactive mode. If you open Python console, you will get into the Python command prompt. So here, these are the command line interfaces. These are the command line interfaces where you can work in interactive mode, right? Next one is script mode. Script mode. What is script mode? Script mode is also known as programming mode. Script mode also known as programming mode. So how do we work with script mode? Where can we work in script mode? You see, I'm closing this all. So using ideally, where you can work in script mode, using ideally you can work in script mode, right? So now let me open ideally, go to start menu, go to Python 3.10, open ideally. Now in this ideally, I want to work in script mode, not interactive mode. Already we have seen interactive mode. Now you see menu, ideally window, In the IDLE window, you have menu, file menu. Go to file menu. In this file menu, click on new file. Click on new file. See, an untitled editor is open. This is similar to Notepad, but it is not Notepad, guys. It is an editor, text editor, plain text editor, comes with IDLE Python. So this window is opened, right? So default name is Untitled. Here I can write my script. I can write my program. Either script or program is nothing but multiple instructions together. A group of commands, group of instructions together is your program. Yes, I can write my program here. Just you see, I'm writing multiple print commands. Print hello world. This is the print command I wrote. One more print command. Print welcome to programming. Print welcome to software development. Print Python is very simple and easy language. Like this, I wrote a couple of print commands, multiple commands together. This is a program. Of course, below this, I want to make some variables also. A is equal to something. Otherwise, let us do a simple task. How to calculate area of the triangle? How to calculate area of the triangle when the sides are given? You see, side 1 is equal to 3. Side 2 is equal to 4. Side 3 is equal to 5. Okay, like this, 3 variables, S1, S2, S3, 3 variables. Then, so this R is equal to, so side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 divided by 2. Then the result is equal to, RS is equal to 6 multiply with 6 minus side 1. 6 minus side 1, right? Multiplied with 6 minus side 2. This is the formula. Okay. Multiply with 6 minus side 3. Okay. Then to the power of 0.5. This is the formula. Now you print your data. Print side 1 is equal to, this is the string, comma S1 is the variable I am printing. Print side 2 this is the data. Side 2 is the message, S2 is the variable. Similarly, I can print side 3 R RES. Side 3, that is S3. This is variable R value I'm printing. This is a program, a simple program. So group of instructions together. Area of the triangle is result. So RES. Now this is the program I wrote. Just go and save this program. First of all, you have to save this program, right? Write the program and save the program. So here, this editor box, this is the IDLE window. This is the editor window. Untitled is the title. In this editor box, go to the file, click on save. Click on save, right? So wherever you want to save, you can save. Wherever you want to save, you can save. See, in a C drive, in a D drive, wherever you want to save, you can save, right? So in C drive only, I'm creating a new folder. I'm creating a new folder. DURGASOFT is the folder name. In this directory, I'm saving my file, that is a sample1. Sample1 is name of the file. See, save as a type. What is the file type? Python file. Automatically, the file extension going to be .py. .py should be the extension of the Python program. Python program file extension must be .py. While saving, I selected this is a Python file. That's why it is already saved as sample1.py. This is how I wrote my program. Now I want to execute my program. See here, file, edit, format, run option is there. Run. Here, run module shortcut is F5. Click on this. You are able to see execute the program. Output will be output will appear on the IDLE console, but this is the editor. This is the editor where you write the program, and when you say run the program, output comes in IDLE into this command line interface, right? IDLE console. This is how you can write a program and execute program. You can work in a script mode using IDLE. So script mode, using IDLE, you can work in script mode. This is one environment. If you want to close it, you can close. Go to the file menu, close window. Yes, IDLE is available. If you want to close the IDLE, go to the file menu and exit IDLE. Suppose you want to open the program, go to the file menu, open. In the C drive, I saved my program in this PC, C drive. In the C drive, DurgaSoft, in this sample one, you can open already saved program and you can execute it how many times you want. Yes, you can do that. If you want to close file, close window, file, exit IDLE. This is how you can work with IDLE in interactive mode and IDLE using script mode. Is there another way of working with the script mode? Yes, you can use any plain text editors. You can use any plain text editors. So Notepad, something like Notepad, Edit Plus, Nano Editor, like this. Any kind of text editors you can use. Any kind of text editors you can use to write program. To write program. Then execute the program from command prompt. Command prompt. You see, already I wrote a program using IDLE. Anyhow, that is Python file only, Python program only. Now I am going to command prompt. So where is my program? So how to execute the program? Python space in C drive. DurgaSoft is the directory. In this directory, sample1.py is the file. Otherwise, go to C drive. Here dir. Here DurgaSoft is the directory. So dir. So sample1.py. What is the mistake about? So spelling Python, spelling mistake. Okay, so Python sample1.py. See, you are able to execute the program. Otherwise, simply you can give py program name sample1.py, right? Like this. So cd space dot dot cd. So you can go to users. So you can go to home, right? Like this. So from here you want to execute Python space your file path where it is available in C drive, DURGASOFT directory. Inside that sample1.py is the file name. You are able to execute like this. Any program you can execute from the command prompt. The program you can write using notepad also. The program you can write using notepad also. See, I'm writing a simple program now. A is equal to integer. Don't worry about these commands. I will explain it each and every function. I will explain step by step. Don't worry. Just I would like to show you a program right now. Input, runtime input, enter number one, enter value for number one. Using notepad, I am writing program, guys. Using notepad, I am writing program. B is equal to enter value for number two, then print a is equal to a. I'm printing variable a. Print b is equal to variable b. I'm printing. Then ad is equal to addition, a plus b. SB is equal to subtraction, a minus b. ML is equal to multiplication, a multiply with b. Okay. DV is equal to division, a divided by b. Something like this. Some operations I did. Okay. So now just print a plus b is equal to AD. Something like this I'm printing. This is a simple program I'm writing using Notepad. You can use any text editor. You can use any text editor. A minus b, that is SB is the variable. Then a multiply with b. ML is the variable I want to print. Then a divided by b. DB is the variable I want to print. Like this. This is a program. I want to save this program. Go to the file, click on save. Where you want to save, wherever you want to save, you can save. I'm going to the same directory which I created, DurgaSoft. This is the program. So I'm saving it as a test1 .py. Extension of the file must be .py. Click on save. Yes, program is saved, test1.py. Now go to the command prompt. You can write Python. Now test1.py. See, it's asking enter value for number one. Enter value for number one. So 23. Enter value for number two, 12. You see, 23 is variable a, 12 is variable b, 35 is a plus b. Like this you are able to get the result. This is how you can write a program using Notepad or any text editor. You can write program using any text editor. You can write program, then save the program, save that with extension .py file. Okay, save that as a .py file. Extension of the Python program must be .py. So this is how majorly we can work. This is how you can use in script mode. So using ideally you can write a program and execute. Using plain text editor also you can write a program and execute. So I think all of you comfortable now the navigating through Python ideally to work in interactive mode, to work in script mode, and as well Python console, and as well command prompt, from the command prompt how to work in interactive mode, and how to write the program and execute. So irrespective of other tools, just Python. So let us assume that only Python is installed in our system. I want to work with Python. This faculty is talking about other tools like Anaconda, Pycharm, etc., etc. Without Anaconda with and Pycharm, am I able to work with the Python or not? Yes, you are able to work with Python. You are able to execute commands. You are able to write the program and execute your program. This is how you can work with the Python basically. All of you clear? Any questions at this point of time, please? Any questions at this time? Anybody is having any questions, please?
So, sir, just one question. So, script mode is used to execute multiple commands at the same time, correct?
Script mode is nothing but programming mode. Writing the program and executing the program is what script mode. Program is multiple commands together, group of instructions together with a logic is what program. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. One command executed immediately, instantly is what interactive mode. That is as simple as command prompt. A similar kind of thing. That's what we say console. But to write a program and execute program is what script mode. Very simple. Okay. Next, let us see Pycharm. What is Pycharm? Of course, we are able to write program, edit program using any plain text editor, not a problem. But still, it is really not convenient for the writing the programs and debugging the programs. Your plain text editors, Notepad, Edit Plus, Nano Editor, etc., etc., any plain text editors you are using, with respect to the Python, they are not going to provide any interactive help while typing. They are not going to indicate syntax errors. Now you see, I opened Notepad. In the Notepad I wrote the program. Suppose I don't write equal to here, something I write here, I do not write comma here, syntax error. Syntax error. Notepad doesn't indicate me any kind of syntax errors. Totally it is my responsibility as a programmer, right? And the debugging facility is not there. Suppose I type something automatically showing the rest of the command and its syntax, that is something like alert, is not there, and members help showing the list of members pop down. This kind of help is not given by the editors. Editors doesn't provide any live help, any interactive help is not there with the editors. So the IDE, integrated development environment, you see, IDE stands for integrated development environment. You have various IDEs. Pycharm is one of the IDE for Python. Pycharm is one of the IDE for Python. Okay. Not only Pycharm, sir, should I use Pycharm only? No, any IDE you can use, not a problem. So I do, Pycharm is for Python. I do recommend the Pycharm to work with. No, sir, I'm coming from Java background. I am flexible with Eclipse. I'm flexible with Eclipse. Can I use Eclipse for Python or not? Yes, you can use Eclipse IDE for Python. Okay, because Eclipse, this is the IDE mostly Java people uses. The Eclipse is the IDE mostly Java people uses. Yes, Eclipse have Python add-on. If you have Python add-on, you can use Eclipse IDE for Python also. Any IDE is okay. Any IDE is okay. No, sir, I am not from the Java background. You are telling for the favor of the Java people. I am not from the Java background. I am from the .NET background. I am very much flexible with Visual Studio Code Editor, Visual Studio Code, that IDE, Visual Studio. Yes, you can use Visual Studio Code Editor for writing Python program. To write Python program, where you can write Python program, you can use any plain text editor. You can use any plain text editor. Pycharm is the IDE for Python. Pycharm is IDE for Python. You can use Pycharm, you can use Eclipse, you can use Visual Studio Code, anything. But whatever interface you are using, ultimately you are writing a program, saving that as a .py file. Output is the .py file. Output is the .py file. Not a problem. Any IDE you can use. In a project, in one project, there are multiple programmers are working. Python programmers are working. Let us assume that 10 programmers are working. Out of 10 programmers, 3 programmers are interested to work with Pycharm. 3 programmers are interested to work with Eclipse. 3 programmers are interested to work with Visual Studio. What is wrong? Let them use their own flexible IDE. What they create the .py file. That .py file you can open using any IDE. You can re-edit or anything, whatever you want to do, you can do, not a problem. So any IDE is okay. But as part of my course, I'm showing you working with Pycharm. How do we work with the Pycharm? Once the Pycharm is installed, how do we work with Pycharm? If you are comfortable with one IDE, working with other IDEs are not a big deal. Of course, as part of Anaconda, I will show you one more IDE, that is Spider. This Jupyter Notebook, Spider, those things also I will show you as part of the Anaconda. So now let us see how to work with the Pycharm. Please observe carefully. A new point I am going to tell you right now. See, I'm opening Pycharm. I'm opening Pycharm. So this is the latest version of the Pycharm. Pycharm is an IDE, the Python IDE. Pycharm Community Edition I open. This is the very first screen I got. So what can I do? First of all, I have to create the project. Here is the option for creating new project. Open the existing project. This is for version control systems like Git, VSN, this kind of version control systems. Don't worry about this right now. So I want to create a new project. I want to create a new project. Click on new project. Observe this screen. Observe this screen carefully. Observe this screen. See, location where you want to create your project. This is the default location of the Pycharm projects. This is my JSR project 1. JSR project 1. This is name of my project. But observe very carefully, guys. Observe very carefully. This is important here. There are two options. New environment using virtual env, previously configured interface. There are two options here. Please observe. I can select a new environment using virtual environment. I can create new environment using virtual environment. Otherwise, previously configured interpreter, I can select this option also, previously configured interpreter. You're supposed to select the interpreter. No, interpreter is not given in the drop down. So here, add interpreter, add local interpreter. See, this is the local interpreter, right? So this is virtual environment. This is Conda system interpreter. I'm taking system interpreter. So user, home, app, data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.10, python.exe. This is my interpreter. This is my interpreter, Python 3.10 interpreter. Sir, what is the difference between when I select the above option, first option, new environment using virtual env, and when you select the second option, previously configured interpreter, second option? So the difference is this second option directly work with the Python interpreter, Python language installed in your operating system. Right now, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this option, second option, previously configured interpreter. What if I select this second option? So what happens in this case? Please observe. In your computer, you have a computer, that is hardware. You have a computer system. This is your computer system. In the computer system, you have your own operating system. This is Windows operating system. Let it be anything. It can be Windows operating system or Linux operating system or Mac OS, not a problem. Even I'll show you working with Python in Linux. We have Red Hat Linux and Ubuntu Linux. These things are available. I will show you how to work with Python, how to get start working with Python in Linux also. Let me see Ubuntu Linux. Let me start my virtual machine. Behind the screen that will be started. Okay, fine. Let it be. So now you see, so this is the my system. In my system, I have OS. In this operating system, Python is installed. Please observe carefully. Python 3.10.7. Python 3.10 is installed. Of course, in the same computer, in the same system, multiple instances of the Python is possible. Multiple instances of the Python is possible. I will tell you that. At present, this is my environment. Now I am creating a project. This is my project. This is my project. Let us assume that this is my banking project. This is my banking project. That's all. In this computer, this is my environment. This is the computer base environment, the direct environment. I am creating the project. My project uses this environment, this Python environment. That is the option configured interpreter. Directly the interpreter of the system based environment. That is the meaning of previously configured interpreter. Of course, let us assume that we have multiple Python instances are installed. See here, Python 2.7 is installed. This is Python 2 series. Python 2 series, Python 2.7 is installed. Let us assume that. And old version of the Python, Python 3.4 is installed. There are 3 Python instances are available in my system. Python 3.4 is installed. So now banking project, I created banking project. This banking project work in the Python 3.4. Of course, I do select the Python 3.4 interpreter at this place. At this place, I do select Python 3.4 interpreter. But still, this is your system environment, your base environment, your computer operating system, Python language interpreter that directly the project is using the direct Python environment, the base Python environment. Got it? What is there any problem if I work like this? Yes, let us observe. This is the banking project, and one more is the healthcare project. This is the healthcare project I am doing in the same computer. This is the healthcare project I am doing in the same computer, and this is the chemical project, chemical industry related project I am doing in the same computer. What is this? Banking. What is this? Health domain. What is this? Chemical industry related project. The three projects, simply try to understand multiple projects I am doing in the same environment. So this banking project uses the same Python 3.10, same environment. Healthcare project also same environment. Chemical industry project also same environment. All are working in the same systems environment, systems base environment, right? But problem is, for the benefit of the banking project, I do some environmental changes. I do install couple of additional libraries. So for the project one, for the sake of project one, I did some changes in the environment. I did install couple of libraries. Where it gets affected, it get affects the environment. This is the environment, base environment. Other projects also working dependent on that environment or not. So for the sake of one project, whatever changes you did, that changes are impacting the other projects. Similarly, for the case, for the benefit of healthcare project, whatever changes I did, whatever libraries I installed, that directly gets installed, that directly applied on the base environment, that definitely impacts the other projects. This is the problem. Instead of this, what we do, when you create project one, for the project one, you will create a separate Python virtual environment for the project one. Obviously, this virtual environment is derived from base environment only, but still it is a separate Python language virtual environment for the project one. This is the separate Python language virtual environment for project two. This is the separate Python language virtual environment for the project 3. So you will maintain separate virtual environments. In this case, if you do any changes, any new components you install, any libraries you install, that affects, that applied on the virtual environment, not the base environment, that project own virtual environment. So not getting affected by the other projects or not impacting the other projects. So now banking project not getting affected by the other projects. This is not impacting the other projects. Why? Because this maintaining its own virtual environment. Similarly, healthcare, it maintains its own virtual environment. Any changes affected that virtual environment only. This also maintain its own environment, that affects that environment only, not the other projects. In the Pycharm, if you select this first option, new environment using virtual env, that means virtual env utility. We have multiple utilities: virtual env utility, pip env utility. So using these utilities, you can create virtual environment. See, JSR project 1 is the project name. Please remember, one project is nothing but a directory. One project is nothing but a directory. JSR project 1 is a project name. That is a directory. Inside the directory, one subdirectory getting created, that is VENV, virtual env. So how your project gets created? How your project gets created? Please observe carefully. Project is nothing but a directory. Project is nothing but a directory. So this is a directory. This is my project. Somewhere in your file system, somewhere this directory is available. This is your Python project. What is the project name? JSR project 1. This is my project name. This is my project directory. Inside this directory, automatically you will have a directory, because virtual environment related. This is another directory. This is another directory. This directory is for virtual environment. Virtual env, venv. Of course, you can give any name, not a problem. By default, Pycharm is giving the name venv. Of course, I can give JSR env, Durga env, any name you can give. Of course, I'm continuing with the same default name, venv. This is the subdirectory. This is the subdirectory. This is virtual environment. All the Python language virtual environment related files and subdirectories will be available. This is the virtual environment directory. Don't disturb the files in this. This will be created automatically. Apart from this, in your project, you can have your own subdirectories, my own subdirectories, and I can write the Python files here. I can write whatever Python programs I want in each section or each module, something like this. I can do. This is what. See, what is the virtual environment subdirectory name? Virtual env. Click on create. Now you see project is created, loading the project. See, so without virtual environment, it is created. See, creating using virtual environment. Now project is created, the directory is created already. Now it is creating virtual environment. It is updating all the environment related files into this. Here venv directory is created. Under this venv directory library scripts, these subfolders are available. Under the scripts, you see activate, deactivate, pip utilities are available. See here, pip, okay, Python interpreter, python.exe. These all are available. So once you create a project within the Pycharm like this, don't disturb this virtual env. If you want, you can create your own separate directories and subdirectories. You can work under that. So all of you clear about this virtual environment concept, guys? Any confusion, any doubts about this virtual environment concept? So this virtual environment, just on the way the situation come, I explained using Pycharm. Of course, the same concept I will show you in Anaconda also. How to create without Pycharm, without Anaconda. I'm directly working in my operating system. I don't have Anaconda, I don't have Pycharm, but still in my computer, I'm directly working. I want to create virtual environment. I want to work in the virtual environment. I want to work with the virtual environment. I want to work without virtual environment. What are the commands? That also I will show you. So today at present, just if you are able to understand what is the concept of virtual environment, what is the need of the virtual environment, if you are able to understand that, that is fine. All of you clear about this concept virtual environment? Guys, please respond.
Yes, sir.
All of you
Sir, in
comfortable?
live projects, generally we focus on virtual environment because it does not affect
Yes,
if we
yes, yes,
simultaneously, suppose that you have given the example, right? So it will not affect one project to another. So that's why we generally
yes,
prefer the virtual environment, right?
yes.
In the real scenario.
Yes, yes. In your
So
lab environment, while learning, using
yes,
virtual environment or without using virtual environment, that really doesn't matter.
yes, right,
Yeah, when you are working on the real projects only, development environment, testing environment also, these only. In the same development environment, you are working in multiple projects. In the
right.
same development environment, maybe the same programmer participate in multiple projects, right? In the same computer. Anyhow, in your personal computer, you will have a Python interpreter installed. After completion of your tasks, you will be uploading that to Git or any kind of version control system that you will do. But still, in your computer, in your personal computer, you are working with multiple projects. So one project impacting the another project, that's a disturbance to you, right? No, sir, I am not working with multiple projects. My project is only single project. I never touch. I don't want to touch the second project when I am in one project. No problem. Direct environment is okay for you because no one else is there to disturb you, right?
Correct. Yes.
See, only one son in the family, otherwise only one daughter, one and only. If that is the case, all the resources and all the people belongs to that kid. No others, no competitors. So no issue, no problem, right? Whatever you do. But when multiple sons in the same family for the same couple, multiple daughters or multiple sons, then competition comes. Okay, so same dress for two different dresses, same style dresses for each. Got it? Something like that. So each person maintain a separate set of resources that is required. Similar kind of concept here. Now, guys, just a second. I'm uploading. Let us quickly see this much you understood. Tomorrow, I will continue showing the Pycharm interface. I'm exiting from the Pycharm right now. See here, Linux. I started Linux, Ubuntu Linux. I started. In the Linux, you don't want to worry here. Just you need not to worry. Just you directly get your Linux, Ubuntu, or Red Hat you install, automatically Python comes in that. Automatically Python comes within the Linux directly. Python is readily available. Python is readily available. So now I get into my Ubuntu Linux. So terminal, I'm opening terminal. Go to terminal. Go to terminal. In the terminal, you just type Python. Command Python is not found. Okay, let me try Python 3. Python 3 is available. Python 3.10.4 is already available. You can work with that. A is equal to 20, B is equal to 30, then print A plus B. You are able to work. Exit. You are able to do it, guys, right? Understand? So in Linux, Python comes automatically. Python automatically comes. So you will be able to work with that. Suppose I want to write a program, sir. In Python, in Linux, I want to work with program. I want to write a program. What are the editors in Linux, guys? You know, what are the text editors in Linux? Please tell me. What are the text editors in Linux? VA editor. VA editor is a text editor using, because Linux mostly we work in character user interface, right? Mostly we work in character user interface. Otherwise, you have in the apps, you have editor. Okay, the text editor is there. You can open the text editor and write the program and save the program with the .py extension, and you are able to work with this. Directly you can execute it. Otherwise, this is your command prompt only. Python, the Linux, mostly you are working in command line interface, CUI mode. So VA editor is the page editor where you can write your programs, Java programs or Python programs, anything you can write in VA editor. Otherwise, of course, you can install Eclipse or Pycharm, anything corresponding software in the Linux, and you are able to work with. So in the Linux also, Python automatically available. Got it? Just I'm sharing you. Let me close this. Power off. The installation videos I'm sharing you. I'm sharing the link, G Drive link I'm sharing. All of you copy this. Anyone with the link. See, one link I am pasting in the chat box. Observe the chat box. All of you copy the link. This is for installing downloaded install Python. This is for downloaded install Python. The first link. Okay. One more link I am giving you. Download and install Pycharm. Right now, please download the video, guys. Otherwise, copy the link and keep it. Second link is for download and install Pycharm. This is the second one. The two links I shared in the chat box. Two links I shared in the chat box. So please go through the video, download download the Python, Pycharm, and install by going through that videos. Of course, installation is not at all complicated. It is very easy, but still, I don't want you people to confuse somewhere or block somewhere in the installation. That's why I just recorded and sending you these videos. Installation is not at all a big deal. Follow the navigation screens, click on next, 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 install. That will be get installed. Okay, so today we do stop here, guys, and tomorrow I will show you Anaconda, how to work with Pycharm, writing programs and executing programs, creating our own directories, subdirectories, writing programs, executing programs, debugging programs in Pycharm, the Pycharm interface. And I will show you Anaconda Jupyter notebook interface and Spider IDE interface. That also I will show you tomorrow class, how to work with those environments, all the Anaconda. In Anaconda also, what is virtual environment, and without Anaconda, without Pycharm, how to create our own virtual environment in our directly working with operating system, that virtual environment concept. These all things we will discuss and start working with the commands, variables, data types, etc. Okay, so tomorrow actually we are going to get into the language commands after understanding all the tools and navigations. Okay, finally, anybody is having any questions? Finally, please go ahead.
As far as the practice is concerned, we will do the practice on Pycharm only, right?
Yeah, as per the course, how I drive the course, based on that, I use Jupyter Notebook, I use Spider, I use Pycharm. And as the environment I have shown you IDLE sometimes. But if
Yes,
you
yes.
are comfortable with other IDEs and you want to do the same, you can. Environment might be different. Language commands, syntaxes, logics, everything is the absolutely same. No difference. Only
Yes,
environment
generally, I
changes.
had, sir, I had some hands-on on Pycharm, so I'm little bit comfortable with Pycharm, right? That's why just I wanted.
Any IDE is comfortable, not a problem.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, okay, guys, thank you. Today we stop here. Let us continue tomorrow. My expectation is by tomorrow, you people please complete the installations. Python, Pycharm, if possible, Anaconda. Tomorrow I will share the Anaconda installation video also. Okay, thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Bye.